Okay, we going? Okay, cool. Hello. Hello. A little bit of a late start today. Little bit of a late start. Let me get situated. Boop. Edit. That's on. Okay. Boom. Update. Yes. Okay. Hello. Okay, almost there. Update. Yes. Oh, hate that guy. Put him up. Up. Ew. Gross. Bonjour. Enter username. And a good bonjour to you, sir. Yeah, so later start today. It's because I was working on some things. So I basically just re-implemented entity data pools into my current system here, and I got that stable basically this morning. So last stream, essentially what happened was I spent maybe like the last 2 streams before last stream doing the archetype changes for my ECS system, and yeah, that didn't go so well because it made the background threading situation just an absolute nightmare. So I'm going back to entity data pools. You know, it's like going back to like an ex. I have to be like, I know, I'm sorry, I took you for granted. Took you for granted. So now I'm going back to entity data pools, which is what I had before, which have a bit lower iteration speed. I was seeing about 0.25 to 0.3x improvements when I made that change. And so I'm so glad I wrote those down. Like, here is my data pool approach, and then here's my archetype approach. So, and then I'm gonna go back to everything on the background thread now, because these were all in the game thread. So we're gonna see what the difference is here. We're gonna see if this is a good a good move or not. Why so late today? Yeah, I was just I was working on stuff. I was changing. I was reinstating entity data pools. Let's see where we're at right now. An immediate fucking crash. That's great. That's fucking great. We're getting faction data. Okay, well, that's an issue, right? That's an issue. So this should just be on the defaults, on the CDO. Because literally just changed to, I don't add the entity. I don't add the entity until after everything is spawned. So let's go faction entity data. Faction. Yeah, well, that's kind of weird. I shouldn't do that in the future. That should change in the future. Let me check if I do any get entity datas here. Get entity data. I do. Shit. Okay. Yeah, we need to not do that. We need to not do that there as well. Faction data. Where was the other one at? There it is. Okay, yeah, let's do this. So I need the anim entity data. Anim entity data. Yeah, that's what we need. Anim data. Yeah. So just take this, replace it. Okay. Anim, we need to dereference that. Wait, what's happening here? Anim data. Oh, I was populating the. Okay, that's not gonna work. I didn't even read my own code. Who does that anyway? Okay, yeah. So that's not. This ain't gonna work. Yeah, because we're setting this to a CDO. Addability AnimQ. This is how like entity data is initialized. So I think I need to do something here differently. This is why I was doing the get entity data. Shit. And the entity needs to be registered to get that. Wait, okay, so hang on. What is... Undo that. What is get entity data doing? Get entity data pool. Or entity ID. That should be in there. That should be in there. So hang on, rebuild that. It's just not in active entities yet. Wait, okay, so that change actually is not even gonna matter anyways. What do I use active entities for here at all? Do I use that at all? I don't. Okay, so this change isn't even gonna work really. So I was having an issue where like data that I thought would be guaranteed to exist didn't. And it's because the processors picked up an entity while it was still spawning. At least that's what I thought. I don't think that's the case though. Okay, now everything's blank. Okay. Hang on. Undo it. Strip it out. That shouldn't be null at this point. That just straight up shouldn't be null. And this, change that, undo that. We can add it because this does absolutely nothing. That does nothing. Okay. Yes, I am working on a video game. Working on an ECS system right now. So I just did some refactors to it, as I've been doing for the past week, over a week now. Approaching 2 weeks. Approaching 2 weeks very quickly here. But I want to run like thousands and thousands of entities, so I'm going to make some changes for that. Holla bolla! What's the focus today? Still ECS system stuff. Still. Changing back to entity data pools from entity archetypes to support multi-threading better, hopefully, is the plan. So we're going to have to work through a bunch of kinks here. Okay, go. Okay, this is going to work for a bit, and it's going to crash eventually, yeah. Just what I thought. Just what I thought. Get entity data pointer. Okay, so this... We have a thread issue, right? Yeah, okay, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Undo that. What was happening on the game thread? Curves posed. Okay, that's most certainly not what the issue was. So this could have been it. But we might just be a few steps ahead here. We were probably getting movement data at some point. Move data. I mean, it would have already been gotten there. So maybe it's a different thread that's the issue. 2, 3. This one probably. Yeah, this was the issue maybe. Well, no, that's avatar class. But we would have just gotten this might have been the issue. This might have been the issue here. I need to do my stripe blocks now. I wrote them in, but I didn't actually use them. Private, welcome in. Welcome in. It is noon for me. It is noon for me. Okay, yeah, so let's start locking. I guess this is where I need to start locking. So I think the prevailing theory of what happened here is we just got entity avatar data, which get data. I mean, they both would have been reads, right? They both would have been reads. Where did the write happen that caused this issue? Because the underlying issue that happened here is the hash map was changing. Okay, let's just, first of all, we are going to F read. No, because we should be locking. I wonder if I should just bite the bullet and lock in every processor. Let's do that. Let's do that. We're just going to lock, because I'm going to do a per entity lock, essentially. Let's do F read. Am I writing to anything? Yeah, so F write lock, F write scope lock, rather. Lock, what do we want to do? It's subsystem, get entity, get lock for entity, yeah. Passing in the entity, so we can do that. Okay, so we need to do that, I think, in every processor that does writing. Oh, that's not the right copy. It ain't right. Okay. Okay. This is quite the original content, is it? Well, I'm glad. Chunk processor, you don't do any writing. You can just be a read lock. And I just did attachment processor. Attachment processor definitely does writing, yep. ISM does writing, of course. Now, it would be nice to do finer grained blocks, and maybe I'll do that in a second after we get this properly working, but I would like to only write lock when absolutely necessary. Because it's like they only write potentially towards the end of the loop or something. So we can get even finer grained locks here. But we'll see how much of an issue it is even. I'm curious about what the oh, I'm doing read locks. Fuck me. Fuck me. Write lock. Basically only chunk, I think a chunk processor is going to be the only thing that does a read lock. Moving tag subsystem. That we don't need. I should move that out. That's just my base. I was like, what the fuck was that doing? That's the base class. That is the abstract class. Okay, write lock. Okay, let's try this and see what happens. Let's try that and see what happens. Now, I may need to do locks elsewhere. I may need to. That's not going to compile, is it? Nope. While we're at it, delete this. Okay. So I probably need to do some locks elsewhere, and that would be when adding or removing entity data. That is the other condition there. Do the processors run on your own background threads, or how does that work? Yeah, so a lot of them run on the background thread, or on a background thread, I should say. So I have a for each async function that hooks into my entity subsystem, and all it does is kind of wrap it in a background task. And this is my typical, this is the non-background templated version of it. It's a variadic template programming here, so it's a little complicated. Shout out to Gemini, the code. I'm not on this bad boy. You have to like remove the type. You have to do some, I don't know what to call it, but you have to remove the type from the template argument. It's like type erasure, but like specifically just for the type itself, which is weird. I never knew that would be necessary, but it makes sense when you're doing this like kind of template programming. But anyway, yeah, it just pops it off onto a background thread. Yeah, so I'm making it's an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite, but I want to run the whole world. I have procedural terrain, procedural world, so I want the entire world to be like running, no matter where you are. Most games like fake it in some way, or they just run some equation for like, lumber production or something. And then the colonists moving around or something are just like faked. I want to do the real thing. I want the whole thing to be running, or at least as much as possible. So I'm making an ECS system to do that. Making my own with blackjack and hookers. And this is in Unreal Engine, so it'll be C++. Okay. Let's see if we can get a little bit further in the run here. No, we can't. What's going on here? Hash. Oh, did I not initialize you? I did. Oh, I put it in deinitialize. That's not where that goes. Okay, put it there. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Super cool. I want to get more into threading as well. However, that was a bit of black magic for me right there. Yeah, so I mean, the easiest way to get into it is the async task is the easiest way to just kick off a thread. Async task that. So if you search for this probably in the engine, probably have some. You can just like, this is how you call back to the game thread as well. Like you can see here, this is just like some code in the engine. They put the game thread here, gave it a lambda function. So anything in this function is running on the game thread. Looks like they mostly just use it for calling to the game thread. That's not what I use it for. Well, I guess I do use it there sometimes, but you can like put in like any, there's a bunch of options here for like which thread you want. So yeah, that's the easiest way to just kind of kick off a thread. Really good for just like shit where just fire and forget kind of things, you know? Just like, hey, go do some processing for me. Okay. Yeah, we didn't get very far. Still this issue. So this was the issue that happened where proxy actor data is null. And I get that, you know, I do get that. Sometimes I feel a little null myself. In the morning before coffee, I'm pretty null, I'll be honest. I'm a null pointer for sure. But I like, the only way this could have happened is if, where's my spawner at? Do I have that open? I don't think so. Spawner. So, spawner, barely know her. Excuse me. Sorry, that was a bit of an outburst there. So I create the entity here, and this like just gives me a new entity, gives me the next entity ID. I go through and I do like I read every property on my archetype to spawn the data, and I'm adding entity data kind of, it's one by one, right? One by one, not that it couldn't be, but I go in and I just add each piece of data that's on the archetype. And then I set the initial transform for where it's spawning, and then I set up the proxy actor. Now, somehow my processor, I don't know how this happened, right? So I have this is a state tree processor. The proxy actor data is null. So we didn't even get, somehow we didn't get through the whole spawning process before the background processor started, which is weird to me. Like there's no way, I think, with what I currently have, because spawning happens in a different part of the game thread than kicking off background thread processes. So I'm thinking that this got called with 400 entities. Does it have other data? It has state tree data. But it doesn't have these other two pieces of data. Does anyone? Yeah, you have 403. Wait, you have 403 things in you. You have 403 pieces of data, so... And what entity am I... Hang on, let's... Show me under the hood. Let's pop the hood here. 403. So we're on the very last one. Is this some sort of off by one issue? There's no way. So entity to index map. Oh god, hang on, bear with me. We're gonna have to scroll for a while. We're gonna have to... I wish there... Can I right click this and like show all? No, I can't. I'm gonna need a feature request for writer there. Okay, so entity 403 is not in there from what I can see. Okay, so it's actually, it has 403 because it's 0 base. So entity and then state tree data should have 404. That's right. Okay, it's a good number, 404. What built-in epic systems are you using? Basically nothing. Gameplay ability system for now is what I'm using, but I'll be rewriting that. So I tried to use Mass as well, which is Unreal Engine's built-in entity system. Didn't like it, so I built my own. I wanted Collision to run on the background thread, so I built my own. Gameplay ability system is not performant enough to run for thousands and thousands and thousands of entities, so I'm gonna build my own. Yeah, so why am I using Unreal Engine, you might be asking. At this point, I'm not too fucking sure. Probably just for rendering. It's just a personal project, just a personal project. I'm using state trees. There you go. I'm using state trees. That's a built-in thing. But I did rewrite the state tree processors so that I could run the state tree on the background thread. Okay, yeah, so I need to figure out why these datas are null. Why are you null? What was happening on the game thread? Some post-gameplay effect execute. Okay, so we are in the middle of spawning, I see. Ah, interesting, interesting. Why? How did this happen? This is on the game thread. Same as kicking off. Oh, am I not, hang on, am I not setting this to is not running or something? Is processing false? Olabola with the sub, thank you, my dude. I appreciate that, with the Twitch sub. Thank you for supporting me, and thanks for the YouTube subs. Vibe coding just subbed, oh boy. Appreciate that though, Helabola. Happy to explain more about multi-threading if you have any specific questions. Have you ever connected any API-bound AI on your project? Yep, I use the Gemini API for my AI-generated quest system. This is a JetBrains Writer IDE. Yeah, so why would this happen? Like, I see what's happening on the game thread. How did we fucking get here? Is my question. Record scratch. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. I am wondering how you ended up here. Oh, I see. I think I see. I need to collect the... Okay. I need to collect the pool pointers on the game thread. Instead of just wrapping this. Okay, yeah. I mean, this can still work. Okay, so let me think about that. Let me think about this. So, we kick this off on a background thread. It finds the smallest pool while it's still being added. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, I wonder, let me think about it, because I hate touching this code. Because really what we just need is, all pools found. Yeah, really what I just need is all this shit, right? What I need is all this to be in a different function. This can all happen on the game thread, I think. And that. And then this can happen on the background thread. The easiest thing to do would just be to copy this entire function. Well, yeah, let's do the easy part first. I'm gonna copy this entire fucking thing, and we're gonna pop it into where's the async one? Which I should change these from for each, because that's not really what they do anymore. T pointer pool type. Yeah, let me grab that helper, those helper thingos. Yeah, that needs to go right there. Okay, you. Thank you. And then you, sir, need to go here, except replace that with that. Yes. And then we need to pass that in by ref. No copies. No copies. No whammies. No whammies. Okay, pool pointers as well by ref is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so rebuild that. And so that way we collect the data, the necessary data pool pointers for the processor prior to kicking off the background thread. And in that way we wait for things like fucking spawning to finish beforehand. Uh-oh. Okay, it did not like that. Oh, it has to be expanded? Ew. Gross. Can you do it like that? Huh. Okay. I think that's, we'll see. I don't know if you can do that because this is like pass it by ref and it's also expanded. It's just a weird syntax I've never written before, actually. I've never written that before. Speaking of things that haven't happened before, you want to know a phrase that I've never heard before that I heard last night? They flew in sewing machine trucks. I was watching football last night, and I guess it was happening, American football for those who aren't here. And it was happening in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And they had to like do some special shit to the field because it like sucked or something. I don't know. And the announcer said they flew in sewing machine trucks to sow the field. And I was like, what the fuck? I've never heard of flying a sewing machine, let alone flying sewing machine trucks to stitch a field. That's so weird. Yeah, so I'm working on an RPG, Colony Sim Roguelite, with procedural, destructible terrain. I can show that real quick. We'll take a quick peek. I do want to stay on track today. I got very sidetracked yesterday, but here's the procedural terrain. This is just one random seed. And we can maybe do another seed to kind of show some differences here. I do like this one, though. This is nice. This is nice. Here's me. I might have entity spawning turned on right now, actually. I forgot if I turned it on or off. Ow, my bones. Come on, hit the tree. Yeah, so it just did a little bit of the world. It's destructible terrain, although the destruction is not particularly useful at the moment. Here's the world map. The world map looks like that. The zones have names and stuff. Shadewatch Basin, Frostbloom Ridge, the Mermaid Lagoon of Tranquility, Void Gazer's Lair, Frost Peak Mountains, and so. Those are AI generated names, but they're just like purely random, basically, because I'm not like passing anything into the AI when they name the zone. When it names the zone, but eventually I will pass it in, like what's spawned in the zone, like what are the resources, what's the terrain, are there any caves? We have the underground caves as well. Some nice noodles. Look at my noodles. Do you like my noodles? Tell me you like my noodles. Yeah, that's just one seed. They're all kind of samey at the moment, but we'll be working on that. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Seed 679 here. Let's try this one. Okay, yeah, so slightly different. Same texture, and I only have 2 biomes right now, but we'll be making more of those as well. Look at that. Look at that mountain. That's sick. So I have like 3 different compute shaders that I run to generate the terrain. I have like a height map shader, I have a 3D noise shader, and then I have like a custom marching cubes algorithm compute shader. that stitches them together and kind of makes the 3D noise punch through the height map. Here's my meadows biome over here. It's gonna be over here. And then there's me. I fell down a hill. So yeah, that's just a brief look. That's just a brief look at the game. I'm working on the ECS system right now, so let's see if those changes I made worked. Okay, we're not crashing, but also nothing is happening, so... Okay. Nothing is happening. That's not exactly what I would like to see. We're actually doing processing, though. I can see the frame rate. So that's 2,000 entities, and we are running the processor. I'm curious as to what's happening here, though. I'm just gonna run a trace real quick. So we're tracing right now, which is just like capturing performance-y things. And also, can I end this without, yeah, okay, I can end it without any issues. Wow. Sometimes the data doesn't like to get cleaned up correctly. Okay, so what was, like, how much processing were we doing here? Quite a bit. Quite a bit. 4 milliseconds, 3 milliseconds. I think we can probably do better than that. Give me the big picture. For each process entities. Okay, so some of these didn't run at all. Some of these didn't run at all. Interesting. Wait, one of these is running. Oh, yeah. That's right. The velocity. Okay, that's sus as fuck. The velocity processor should be taking much longer. Okay, yeah. What's happening now? What is happening? Did the proxy actor never get hit or something? State tree processor. It said it didn't run at all. Is that right? I wonder if I probably fucked up my async processor. Oh, I should maybe do this. Yeah, that's what's wrong. Pull pointers tuple is what I need. Scope name, I will need that. I will need to redo. Yeah, so grab that for each async. Thank you for the subs, guys. Welcome. Rolo Dexter, welcome in. Okay, put that inside. That can just be the async. Yeah, that's fine. That's yeah, we're gonna need to put async there, and then we'll put the non-async down here just for proper tracking purposes. Okay, so does that fix that? Does that fix it? All pools found. Yeah, all of this is duplicated, but I just need to see if it works before I try harder to make it nice. I'm gonna need to specifically search for each underscore and not for each async, because that will throw off the totals. Well, it should group them itself anyway, so maybe it won't. Okay, yeah, it didn't like that. It did not like that. Where are you saying? Oh, yeah, that's not packable. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Entities to iterate and pointer pools. That just gets passed in. Okay. Right, so the pointer pools tuple is what has all the all the payload pools here. Well, these three. And then we grab the smallest pool out of them with like the least amount of entities in it. And we use the entities in that pool as this parameter. And that's because like if you have a piece of, if you have imagine if you had an entity, or how do I want to say this? Like imagine if you had a piece of entity data, only one entity had that piece of data. And then, you know, every other piece of data you had 10,000 entities that had it. Like you wouldn't want to iterate over all 10,000 of the entities just for most of them to not have that. You'd only want to iterate over the one. So that's why you want to use like the smallest pool. Just less overhead. So we're also doing some blocking, and we're also doing a little bit of pointer chasing. So I'm curious to see, and this is all to support like background threading. And so I'm thinking it may be worth it for the extra resources that we have on the background threads. But I really need to test it and find out what the extra overhead of that is. Okay, let's see here. Okay, still nothing is happening. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's, I'm gonna wait for them all to spawn. All 2,000 of them. Okay, they are all spawned. So let me put a breakpoint. I want to see this. Well, let's go here. Okay, what processor are we on? LOD processor. Chunk. Representation. ISM. Attach. Okay, move to, are you like, good bro? You is processing. Move to processor. Oh, you know what? I wonder if the onComplete never gets called. You know, I bet the onComplete isn't getting called properly if that's the case. It's calling a copy. Is that fine? Is that fine? State tree pro. We'll do one there as well. Show me the processors. Move to velocity processor. Oh, is not velocity processor isn't running, so that should get called, right? So let's see there. Is that that is async? It's a, oh god, it's so long. Oh, this one does not have a callback on it. That's an issue. Oh, that's because it runs every frame. I just optimistically call it every frame. So that's why that one works. That's why that one works. I think it's Unreal Engine 4. Incorrect. It's Unreal Engine 5. You were close though. You're very close. Okay, let's see if that velocity one ever got hit. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Async task. All right, can I get, do I ever get here? All pools found. True. Smallest pool. Wait, what is smallest pool here? Oh, move to data. Oh, wait a second. Do I need, I don't need move to data, do I? Okay. Very similar to what Jeremy built 3 days ago. I don't know who Jeremy is. I've been working on this for 3 years. Okay, so why are we not, why is the smallest pool, is the smallest pool always move to data? Like, are we just not adding things properly? And so anything that requires move to data is like failing. We're not kicking off any async processors. Let me see here. Where are we calling this from? Velocity processor. Yeah, that would be the move to data one. Always. Okay, so I think a combination of things are happening. I think we're not calling the onComplete properly. Do I need to be passing that by ref? breakpoint all of that. So let's stop, drop. Okay, I guess that breakpoint's gonna be kind of rough to hit, isn't it? Yeah. Doesn't know how to. Writer doesn't understand that. Okay, yeah, we're just never running. We're just never running the background thread processors. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? Okay, let me go back. Let me go to just the for each, which should be below this. The for each is calling functions, right? Like, I guess we'll go here. Go there. Yeah, so we are calling functions here. And like LOD processor gets called with all 2,000 entities. Chunk processor. I guess, is that because we are requesting a piece of data that doesn't have any entities in it? I need something to denote whether it's required or not, like an optional piece of data. Looks like a JS to me. What kind of JavaScript are you writing that is in Pascal case and uses pointer? It uses pointer notations. Yeah, so why are the regular for eaches running just fine? That's my question. Is it the move to data? Is it really just because of the move to data? I mean, this never got called. This straight up never got called for other things as well. Okay, hang on. I need to restart again. I think it is getting called. Okay, let's see. Okay, that does get called for the move to processor. Now the move to, there's no move to data for any entity. There's not move to data until the state tree starts running. Oh, I get it. I know the issue. Okay. We need to call on complete right here too. If we skip, we need to call on complete. Duh. So what I do is, like, for these background ones, I have to set a flag for whether or not it's processing. So that gets called at the start. And then we set B is processing to false once it's done. And that way we're not running multiple of the same processor at a time. Now, if for a lot of these, you know, because they're running async, no, they're getting called with 0 data still. That shouldn't be happening, I don't think. Oh no, it does, I guess. Yeah, so we just need to make sure we call on complete first. And honestly, this should probably be in charge of calling or of setting B is processing on the background ones, because it's going to be latent. Calling this is latent, so technically this could actually possibly spawn 2. If for some reason, it's probably never would happen in reality, but it is theoretically possible. Silverhatch, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Yusuf on YouTube, thank you for the sub. Welcome in, everyone. So I'm working on like an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite game with procedural terrain and AI generated quests. I want to run the entire world. So like I want there to be other like NPC ran colonies and stuff that you can interact with. And so I want all of that to be running. And to do so, I would like, I'm building my own ECS system and I would like it to run on the background thread. Okay. Okay. Attempting to call an unbound T function. Oh, yeah, my bad. Oh, God, I gotta rebuild that again. God damn it. Okay, hang on. Redo it. What's going on today? Did you fix the issues you were facing yesterday? Well, I mean, I'm just changing up the entire method of ECSing. So it's not really like, did I fix the issue I was experiencing? I'm just gonna do things differently now. So I do have the different way of doing things implemented. And now I'm trying to just get that ironed out. I had to rewrite some of my async code here, but we got it figured out. Yeah, yesterday I was trying to do background thread things with my archetypal approach to the ECS. And with the archetypal approach, it makes for faster iteration, but you're moving your data around all the time. Like anytime a piece of entity data is added or removed, it has to move all of the data basically. And that means like any data that you have that you're accessing on separate threads is unstable, and it could get moved out from underneath you at any point. And so I switched back to my previous implementation, which was entity data pools, where you just have a pool of data and that contains all of the specific data type for an entity, right? And that way it kind of stays stable for the most part. So hopefully that'll be a lot easier to work with. Will that background thread use multiple cores? Yeah, so if you just kick off an async task, it'll find a thread to run it on. So it takes full advantage of all the threads that the CPU has. So I don't have to worry about any of that. Okay, now what's the issue here? What is the issue here? Y'all don't have state trees yet? Y'all don't have phones? How is this still getting called before these entities have data? And first of all, is that what's even happening? State tree data is null here. Can I see what pool pointers is? No, I can't. I guess I have to look at the... Oh, I guess I can look at pools pointer. Oh yeah, none of that data is correct. Bunk, yeah, this is all... Bunk is fine. Okay, so this happened asynchronously. Why is my data invalid at this point? It shouldn't be. What was happening on the game thread here? I was creating a new attachment. Okay, so we were doing things on... I guess is it because I didn't have a write lock here? Also, am I right scope locking here? Am I writing to any of this? Yes, I am. Okay. Is that why? I shouldn't be doing that anymore. I don't need to. It can be more efficient. So that happened to happen on the same entity? That's kind of strange. I don't know if that was the actual issue or not. Okay, that just fucking crashed immediately. Okay, but now it's on proxy actor datas, which is null. So is it any time the underlying pool changes as well? Do I need to lock the pool when I get entity data? Let's do the F. Let's add a lock for each pool. Mutable read write lock, mutex, yeah. So F read or F read lock, read scope lock. Come on, you know what to do. Yeah, that's it. So do that on both of those. Entity data ref, you shouldn't be used really. I don't think. Well, I'll keep it there. I haven't decided yet. Is that the issue that we were touching the data, touching the pool? And so I really need to change the, where's the get entity data? This one should have some locks on it. That's a system-wide lock. Entity data mutex, yeah, that is system-wide. So that could be better. That could be better. Yeah, I should change that to using the pools lock there. Now, when you call a function on the pool, do I need to lock from outside that? I don't think so. It's when you read the data off of the thing, not when you call a function on the thing, I think. I mean, I guess we'll fucking find out, won't we? We're fucking around today, so hopefully there's going to be a lot of finding out as well. All right, let's see it. I hate how long it takes to recompile after changing the entity system stuff. It's just used in so many different classes that it like recompiles the fucking world. Okay, no, that didn't help at all. That didn't help at all. I guess I need to check my other threads. 1, 2, 3. So we are locking for the entity. Yeah, so actually we're locking the entire system for the entity. Could you be checking for exclamation mark complete as the default value is false? I check for if it's valid, yes. I do that. There you go, right there. Okay, so we were locking on that thread. What else was happening? Might have been waiting for the lock there. Yeah, what entity is this? I can't even see what the entities are. Entities to iterate. What is I? I can't even fucking see what I is. Are you serious? I can't see any information. What do you do here? Oh, I'm on the wrong one. That's okay. That's my bad. User error. I'm on entity 0 here on that thread. 3, and then what entity am I in here? 0 as well. Okay, so there is a thread locking issue happening here. So you're right, scope locked. You already, no, this guy acquired the lock. I think. I see what the underlying data of the lock is, like, it just shows it's a raw pointer, so no, not really. And it was what? Thread 4? No, 3? It was thread 3. Get lock for entity. So why does this data... I'm locking both for the correct entity. Actually, maybe I don't think I needed that internal lock that I just did. I don't think I need that one, actually. Tyler, welcome in, my dude. How's it going? Oh, it's going. I'm trying to get through some thread locking issues. Why? How did we get here? How did we get here? Yeah, I get that I was trying to lock on this thread. I get that. But then, and I know that it's for the same entity, but then how did we get here? I'm doing a lock. What more do you want from me? Unless this hash striped lock isn't actually working the way I think. Why? Why are you not properly grabbing? Why are you not locking? Like, I feel like this thread should not be running. Or it should be, it's stopped. I mean, maybe that's why it's here. It's stopped. But nothing else was happening on any other thread in relation to the ECS system. And it's probably didn't give me an error. No, just an exception. Yeah. So game thread, nothing of substance happening there. Nothing substantial. Okay, proxy actor data went invalid. What could make that happen? The state tree data was fine. State tree data is fine. Is it? Is it actually though? I don't know if it is. Is it because it's const? And should I go back to doing that on the... Should I go back to collecting the pools on the background thread? Would that change anything? I don't know that that would change anything, actually. Let me go to the pools. Let me go to this thing. So pools tuple, pointer tuple. Can I actually see the data here? This is kind of nasty. State tree data, yeah, that's there. Proxy actor data was invalid here. Pools, pointers, tuple. Oh, we can't pass that by ref. That's the issue. And they're pointers, so copying the pools pointers, that goes invalid by the time it gets to this one. This one's fine to pass by ref. We want to pass that one by ref because these entities on this pool are still going to be there because the pool does maintain its own entities. The pool's pointer tuple, I was passing a ref to a background thread of a local variable. Don't do that. Don't do that. I shouldn't have done that. I don't think so. And so, yeah, that got like cleaned up basically by the time the background thread was trying to use it, in the middle of it using it. And that actually showed that my locks were actually, hang on, stop that because I'm going to go back and undo the locks here because I'm not convinced I need them. Because we're doing a system-wide lock on the entity. But if multiple things write to the data in the array, is that fine? I think that's fine. Okay, come on, baby. Okay, I'm happy I have coffee still. Sylar, how is the research going? Are you studying diligently on the ways of mass and vertex animated textures? The math stuff is kind of it's kind of a pain to get set up, but once you understand the flow, it starts to get easier. But I think the math stuff for you is like, I think what you're doing is like the perfect use case for it, honestly. Like that's what it's built for. I'm looking at it at the moment. Nice. Yeah, happy to answer any questions if you have any. I haven't touched mass since 5.1 or 2 is when I tried it out, so I'm a bit rusty. But I do think that you are a perfect candidate for it. Okay, let's get that out of here. Got so much to go over now, yeah. Okay, so we were doing things. Yeah, I feel like there's been so many times in my stream where I'm building something, and then someone will come in and be like, oh, hey, there's a version of that already. And I'm just like, oh, and it works better than what I'm doing. Oh. Hi, Moxie. Come here, Moxie. Say hello. 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 You are so stinky. My goodness, you are the stinkiest, tiniest little puppy. Okay. So yeah, this is another case where we don't have proxy data yet. How? How does that happen? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? You know the rest, right? You know the rest. The pools pointer, blah, blah, blah. You only have... Wait, what? You only have the state tree. What? Am I going crazy? What was the OBS plugin you mentioned for vertical? SE.live. So it's like Stream Elements. They have their own plugin. And you can have like multiple canvases and stuff. And so, yeah. Here's what mine looks like. Got the vertical over here. That's probably pretty fucking trippy to look at, so... Sorry. What was I looking at here? Oh yeah, the pools pointers. Tuple. The tuple. I always sound so fancy. I feel so fancy when I say tuple. Oh no, that was just showing me the first one in there. Okay, so we do have the other one that does not have the latest entity. The game thread. Yeah, we're still spawning the entity. So how did this... I think I understand, actually. I think I understand. I think I understand. I think I get it. Do I? So we were in the middle of spawning the entity. I wonder if I should just move this first. That might help, but it's a race condition either way, so it may still happen. It's like by the time we get to the background thread, an entity has been added to the other data pools. So I mean, I really have to check for validity on every single one, which is kind of annoying. I'm gonna have to do that on every processor, I think. So what I could do to help with that... Yeah, no, I need to do that. We need to do that. Can we just do that? God, I kind of hate the proxy actor. No, I want to do this. I want to do it this way. if, yeah, basically that. Basically that. Or there's no ability system data. Yeah, every processor is going to have that issue. And we're gonna figure that out the old-fashioned way by letting it blow up in our face. We'll see if we get a little bit further. I just want to see what the problem childs are. You know what I mean? I guess it's the async ones is the main issue. Move to processor, velocity processor, state tree processor, targeting processor, my biggest problem child. She's a chunky girl, that target processor is. Okay. Okay. Very slowly spawning. God, the spawning is taking forever now. My God. Spawning is so slow. I wonder if it's because the background threads are like, they're locking the game thread. Oh yeah, that's pretty bad. Well, I guess I'm learning the cost of... I should be doing a per entity lock though. Maybe I need to go through and audit my old system level locks, maybe. Once they all spawn, it should be good, I think. Oh my God, that is substantially worse. That is substantially worse. That's so crazy. It's like waiting for the... I'm pretty sure it's waiting for all of the background threads to complete before it can spawn more. I wish I had a way to... And I guess I would need to use f-runnables, but which I don't want to do that, but... I wish I had a way to like pause background thread processes to do more spawning. I wonder if that hash lock is working properly, because I feel like this shouldn't be. Okay, I didn't click stop. Oh God. Okay, we're tracing. Oh my fucking God, we're getting like 1 FPS per minute. One frame per second per minute. Does that make sense? Jesus Christ. Okay, stop. Stop. Yeah, you know, you're just gonna have to deal with that. Yeah, I know I stopped you in the middle of it. Was the main difference the right lock for the entire loop in the processors? The main difference from... What? I mean, I changed things substantially, like off stream. So there's I changed from like an archetypal approach to a entity data pool approach. Let's see, did I actually get that trace still? And the lock that I'm doing, Jesus Christ. The lock that I'm doing, hello, D processor, should be per entity. So the lock should not be there for very long. But I guess either I'm not doing this hash correctly here on the lock stripes. Let's just increase that. Let's just increase that. We'll see if that gets any better. Also, I want to like, can I just log that? Oof, it's gonna be a lot to log. No, I'm just gonna have that there, and then I'm gonna breakpoint it just to see if we're getting like some good results there. Entity data mute. Okay, and so where is this mutex coming into play when we add entity data? I think I need to change that to the get lock for entity ID. Let's also rename that. We'll do the same here. That should be a write lock, yes. And this should be an F read scope lock. Has entity data. I don't even use that, but might as well. Might as well. Hi man, what you doing in normal person terms? I'm not sure if there's a normal person way to explain what I'm doing right now. I guess normal person terms would be I'm just smashing my face against the keyboard and hoping that it works. I think that's the deinitialize. Ooh, I should probably do that, yeah. I guess that would try to destroy, I don't do that. Yeah, and I don't have to worry about those right now. We'll fix those later. Okay, so we increased the number of locks available to 1,1024. So hopefully, I'm wondering if there were just a lot of collisions happening. Because we only had 256, so... I really just need a, like, No, I guess per entity is the way to go. I guess per entity is what I need. But I don't want to, like, have to spawn a lock for every single entity that's spawned in the world. We'll just increase the locks and see if that runs better. But the good thing is, like, nothing bad happened while that was happening. It's not like we had a whole lot of frames to test that with, but yeah. Okay, let's preemptively stat named events there. Uh-oh. Okay, we're just entirely stuck right now. Okay, I'm locked on. Oh yeah, because we're getting data from within data. Yeah. Okay, so this get entity data. I'm getting the same lock from within the lock. Fuck. Okay. Okay. Shit. Okay, so it's like I need a fucking... Can I test if there's like a lock already? Can I say like, hey, do I have a lock? Auto lock ref. No, auto ref lock. Lock. Is there not like a try or like a has lock? What does try read lock do? Try lock shared. What do you do? Try acquire. I mean, I guess that's fine, though. And it should get unlocked by the scope if it doesn't have a lock already. If it doesn't have a lock already, it'll get the lock. If it does have a lock already, this will do nothing. And I guess bool as lock. This returns a boolean, right? Yeah. I'll just say got lock. Got lock. Okay, but I need to like... Oh, I need like a fucking special... I need to create my own fucking lock, don't I? Is there a try, F try? Let me... Oh god, what I would pay for one of these. Try, read, scope lock. Nope, okay. F write, scope lock. What are my options here? What are my options? What I need it to do is like try to get a lock if there's not already one. If there is already one, do nothing and don't unlock at the end of the scope. If you got a lock, I need you to unlock it at the end of the scope. But if there was an existing one, don't touch it because it's going to handle cleaning itself up. That's what I need. Okay, I think I need to write my own. I think I need to write my own for that. Either that or I have to refactor fucking everything, which is not... I already wrote some of my own, so I'm gonna just shoehorn it into here. My... What are you wanting to use this lock? What are you trying to prevent? Yeah, so... if everything is happening asynchronously, reading and writing data, you know, like you can, for those who don't know, like you can, when you're doing things on separate threads and they try to access the same data, the same memory, they can all read the same memory, but as soon as one thread writes to a piece of memory, nothing else can be accessing it. And what you can do to prevent that is mutexes. You can use these mutexes, which are the locks that I'm talking about, and it'll lock down the whatever scope it's in. It'll lock it until the scope is over, and that way you don't have an exception. And the locks that I'm doing, I'm using a method called stripe locking, where I'm trying to do very fine-grained locks, because like usually you can just put a lock on. You usually just like kind of plop it in your class or whatever, like this right here. This is like a mutex. So you put the mutex here and you grab a lock with it. But if I just did that with this one mutex, it would lock the entire system. So I can't have the entire system locked for every single entity locked, because I have a lot of async processors running. And like really all I need is I just need, hey, don't touch this one entity while this one processor is looping over this one entity. So in my processors, I use that stripe lock functionality to just attempt to grab a very fine-grained lock. And what's happening here is that I have some functions, and I should not be doing this, but this is kind of remnants of my old system. I have this function for just getting ad hoc entity data from like potentially outside of my entity system altogether. You know, it could be from within a projectile, you know, which I should change those to entities. They're not entities at the moment. And this is me just getting entity data for just like some arbitrary gameplay, which I would like to keep that functionality. But the problem is, you know, there's already, when you double lock, it throws an exception, and that's what's happening here. So I was in a loop. We already had a write lock or something. I came into this function and we already had a lock. We tried to get another one, and the thread, it shat its pants basically. It had some level of incontinence. And so what I need here is like when this is just used without a lock, it should grab one until the end of its scope. But if it is used and there's already a lock, do nothing because there is some external thing that is handling the lock. That's the functionality I want. Through to prevent deadlock. Yeah, something of the like. Okay, so I'm gonna make, so copy and paste that. Hello? I think I cut and pasted. on accident. Okay, so we're gonna call this mutex type. I also want type name lock type equals there was one of them. I saw it. What was it? There's a type for this already. This. So I need, if it's read only or write, that's a templated version. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so what's going to happen here? We pass in the mutex to the constructor. I don't want to wait. So I'm going to say we need a, I guess just a boolean here. Bool got b got lock. Got lock. Like you guys remember those big milk commercials when the big milk industry was like, got milk, as if it were the healthiest thing ever in the world. Okay, so we're going to in mutex try lock, and I guess I need to mutex type is f read write lock. Wait, do I need a mutex type actually? No, I don't. It needs to be an f read write lock for what I'm doing here. Okay, so it's going to be if lock type. If lock type equals sort of that, but not exactly. Is that not? Yeah, you were so close. You were so close. Lock type does not name a value. Wait, how do you do what I'm doing here? I can't like keyscope T read write try. It's gonna be called, yeah, like that. Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? Why can't I do that? Interesting. So if held mutex and b got lock, we need to unlock. Basically, that's it. And then I need to change all of you. Is there no unlock? Oh, I have to specifically call here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Lock type. Why doesn't this work? I don't actually understand why that doesn't work. I might throw this into Gemini real quick. Well, let's just use Copilot. I bet Copilot can figure this out. Ask why why can't I do that? Sure, GPT-4.1, why not? Did you just like copy and paste one of my files? One of my file names? STD is same. Oh, I have to do like some special thing here. Okay. Yeah, see, I didn't know this. I didn't know this. Cannot substitute for parameter. Wait, why? That is the right type, correct? Yeah, he, I have no idea what you're asking. What you're asking doesn't really seem to make sense with what I'm doing right now. So I feel like you just grabbed one of my file names. Okay, hang on, let's stop that so I can get some proper errors here. It must have a return type. Oh, that's the wrong, yeah, that's the wrong name. Anyways. What is YT2? What are you talking about here? Okay, AI save me. It's a value, not a type. Ah, I see. Okay, well, I can just create my own type. It is an enum. Okay, let me create my own type then, right? How do I use an enum for that, though? Oh, I did it backwards. Oh, I'm a dummy. That's what I'm supposed to do. And then I can probably do something like this. Then I can do it, right? There we go. Okay, I was just a dummy. Stupid human gets owned by fucking AI. Okay. Now we're good. Can you elaborate more about code? What would you like elaboration on? If you want a specific answer, you'll have to ask a specific question. I'm afraid. I am afraid. Okay, give me the import class. And so what did I call this? Teehee. I guess I don't want this wrapper, I don't think. Well, yeah, I could do multiple ones. And this would be T read write scope try lock with read only in critical selection. Okay. Miscall is, I don't know that that's necessary. What's not initialized? T not null. T not, change that. Yeah. F critical, this needs F read write. Just call that mutex. Mutex. Okay, give me one of that, and then we're gonna do the same, but with the W keyword. And that should be SLT scope block type right. There we go. Okay, so now I have a read and write version of that. Okay, back to what I was trying to do here. Okay, so now that we have this, is this Python, dude? Python is snake cased because it's a snake. This is Pascal case. Ergo. F read scope. What did I call it? Read scope try lock. No, T. What did I call it? And we need to do F because it's not typed. And maybe let's fully enumerate that name. I think we should fully enumerate that name. The language of the devil. Is it? Is it? That's funny too. Is C++ the devil's language? F read scope try lock. Okay, so I need to like import this, right? Where is this located at? You're just in my base. It's in my base. In my root. No, it's in utility. Okay. Utility. F scope try wait block.h. Why did I have to? Oh, because I didn't spell. I'm having a lot of user errors today. Leafy, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. Willkommen. F read scope. I can't instant. Oh, because it wants a pointer. Yeah. Array. A pointer. Yes. Yes. Okay. So we have the functionality for the lock here. Remove entity data. I don't think that gets called from somewhere that's already locked. Oh, it might. Take damage. No, that should happen. Okay. So I think probably just get entity data needs that. Lock for entity. Add entity data where you called from. There's something. Okay, let's try that. Let's see how that goes. Any thoughts on verse? I don't know what problem they're trying to solve. Like, I don't know who verse is for. You know what I mean? Why are you angry? Like, it's like we have, like, most game engines, like, what they have, usually they use Lua for scripting, right? So they have, like, they usually write it in C++ or something, some lower level language. And then they have a scripting language for, like, quick and dirty things, you know, user-facing things, you know, it's how you use the lower level code. And Unreal Engine has blueprints. That's what they did, which I think are great, right? It's even easier to get into than Lua. And so it's like they're doing verse, which is supposed to be like a scripting language, right? And it's like, okay, who is that for? Because if you want to do scripting in Unreal Engine, you should use the blueprints, right? That way your designers and stuff can also use them and understand them, people who don't understand how to write code. And your programmers, you know, Unreal Engine C++ is more approachable than just C++. So your programmers should probably just use that, right? So it's like I don't get who verse is for. I don't think it fits. I wouldn't use it. I don't need to pass that. Well, I need to pass in this guy here. Oh, I guess it's can be derived. Interesting. Can that be derived? No. Okay. Sick idea, blocking the camera to where the pointer goes to. Yeah, I felt it kind of necessary for YouTube Shorts. Otherwise, it's like there's no point, right? Can't really see me write code and stuff when I have like a 2K monitor and two different code files open. And even if I were doing you know, blueprints, the same issue applies. Should I put it's C++ on the screen just like at all times? Like this? Like, should I just have something like that except it says this is C++? Like, should I just do that? What's going on? I have zero knowledge of coding. Please refresh concepts once again. I am working on a video game. It is an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural destructible terrain and AI-generated quests. I am building my own ECS system for this because I want to run the entire world. I want there to be colonies all over the world that are ran by NPCs and ran by you. And I want them always running at all times. So I need something really, really, really efficient to do that. So that's why I'm writing my own ECS system, which is a data-driven architecture to efficiently run thousands of entities. I am in the process of refactoring it to support multi-threading better. I'm having some locking issues, as you can see. As you can see, there is a deadlock. As you can see, I am having issues. Okay, what else was happening? Show me the other thread that has the lock on it. What entity is this one for? Entity 1. This is for entity 1. Beautiful. So yeah, we're double locking here. Well, those might be waiting. I'll check my other threads here. Here's another one. Entity 1. Okay, this does happen a lot, it turns out. Add entity. Oh, yeah. So this one needs to do the F right scope try lock. Imagine your game not compiling in 2 seconds. Oh my god, I would suck an absolute dick to get it for that to happen. Tim Sweeney, if you're listening, the offer's on the table. Thanks for the subs, guys. Welcome in. Memeing aside, I appreciate y'all being here. Yeah, so this is not doing the... This shouldn't do the try lock, right? That shouldn't do a try lock. So was it just that add entity one that needing? I think remove entity data will need it as well. Because we do remove data from within state tree tasks, which is within the state tree processor. Did you just add epic? Okay, that wasn't a real ad. I got nervous. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to suck someone's dick now. Jesus. Oh fuck. I needed more mental preparation before that ad. I'll do it, but give me a second, okay? Jeez. Why not you use AI chat GPT to build game? Oh man. Why don't you just use AI for everything? You missed it. I just used it. I just used it not too long ago. You missed it. Sorry. You're gonna have to tune in next stream for the one time that I use AI during the stream. GPT would introduce thousands of more bugs. Forget compiling after using it. I mean, there are use cases for it. Right? I have used it. I have one-shot some really useful functions for it. Some like, you know, when I was doing the collision system for my entities, I had to write like, I had to write math. I had to do like an oriented cylinder to cylinder intersection, right? Because I'm imagining my entities as cylinders or capsules. And I had to do like a cylinder intersection test. All this to just run collision on the background thread. So it was really nice for those kind of geometric functions for things that have been solved a million times over, you know? All that knowledge exists out there, right? That's a very good use case for it. And I don't want to have to learn geometry very much. Well, it's good for that. Okay, it worked for a hot second. Okay, you were supposed to have locked, sir. Why... Init inventory component was happening on the game thread because we were spawning the entity. Which entity were we spawning, pray tell? 241. Oh, entity 241. Entity 241 was a troublemaker. I need that Mulan clip too. I got the Night at the Museum one now. I need the Mulan. That Mulan was a troublemaker. What was it? It's like her ancestors like arguing with each other or something like that. Any Disney adults in the chat can help me out, help me find that clip. I find ChatGPT to be weirdly competent at HLSL. That might be nice for it too. I mean, there's a ton of code on like Shader Toy, you know, like there's tons of HLSL on that site, so it might have some really good training for that. Please tell me your secrets. I've not been so successful and would love to use GPT for it. Hey, let me show you my raw dogged non-chat GPT HLSL. This is my marching cubes compute shader. Look at it. And you want to see an even more disgusting one. The height map, and I should have used AI for this. I should have. Because like turns out you can use, like Unreal Engine has structs within HLSL, which is usually not a thing. But like you can't do like any sort of dynamic programming in HLSL. So you have to like manually write out, like if you have an array of structs, like you could pass that in. But the way you have to do that is by statically typing all the code. Like it doesn't have the dynamic ability to dynamically access an array. You have to like at least an array of structs, that is. And so just look at this. Look at this. This is for struct 0, struct 1, struct 2, struct 3. There was no other way to do it. I should have used AI for this. I am not a smart man. Don't do this. Don't do this. It works. This is essentially like, for the height map generator, every terrain chunk has a set of noise parameters, and they could be different. It could be a chunk that's neighboring a different zone. Like my zones are different, have different noises, so they look different. These are all the noise parameters for the given chunk that is passed into the height map generator and all of its neighbors, and this is how it blends. Yeah, don't do that. don't do this. There's my very shitty HLSL. Handwritten, so you know it's shit. Anyways, back to thread lock issues. Using ALS for your project? Yes, I am. Yep. Okay, so game thread wasn't doing anything super fun. Right, it was in the middle of spawning, but we were init proxy actoring, so that I don't think is like touching the entity system very much, if at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the entity to index map was unstable at this point, I think. Okay. Roxy, Hobbit. Hey, come here. Can you sit? Roxy. I've been doing game dev for about 3 years now. Okay, so we were just default contenting. Spawn, this inventory component has not been added to the system yet. Where else would I need to do this? Like, I don't use this function anywhere, right? No, I don't use this one. We did the try lock there. We did try lock for read. We did try lock for get. Where else? You look in the CPP file. Get all entity data. I'm just using that for the debugging, so that doesn't matter. Create entity. Active entities should be fine. I don't think I destroy entities at all yet. Add entity data. That's for spawning. I guess I would need one here. What does add function do again? It calls the internal add function here. Maybe let's just like, I don't know where I would need to change here. Get entity data BP. I only use those in one spot. And that's the copy func, which does what now? It does this one, which locks it. Okay, I mean, yeah, where am I missing then? Where is get entity data pool used at? Oh, I need to lock it from within the for eaches. I need a... Is that what's happening? Because we're just finding an entity data pool. We are getting the entity data pool from within a scope that should be already locked. Right, I did lock this one, right? Yeah, that one should already be locked, but for this entity. So the data pool can still be grabbed. And so I guess there's technically a chance that the data pool... So I guess you can't, like... If I'm writing to a data pool array, data array, as in like adding to the array, I can't be reading the data from some other part of the array. Is that what I'm learning here? Is that the concept that's happening? If that's the case, okay, so if that is the case, music name playing. It is in the music player that is on screen. Okay, so if I can't read from entity data pools, I guess I need like a data pool level. No, I just need to do the system lock, right? Which I have already. Which let's call that first of all, rename that. Call that data pool mutex. Data pool mutex. Okay. F read scope lock. Yeah, that. Okay, the lock, what's your deal? Okay, stop. Stop lock. I can't do it with the read write lock? What? Wait, why can't I do? Oh, I need the ref. Duh. Okay. Get or create data pool. This needs to be a write lock, I think, maybe? Yeah. Okay, so let's try that. What text editor are you using? Oh, this is Windows Notepad. Yeah, this is just the base Notepad. Once you're done debugging, can you please show your dog? I showed her earlier. She's being a little rowdy right now. I don't know if she wants to be shown. Why is your screen jiggling? I wonder. My screen can jiggle if it wants to. My screen can leave its friends behind. Okay, 1 second. I'll be right back, guys. BRB. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, let's see if that worked. Dark mode notepad, yes. Yes, of course. Okay, yeah, let's see if that worked. It's working! I should have fucking known that was gonna happen. Should have fucking known. I locked it! I locked it. Jesus, what in the brain rot was fucking happening while I was gone? Jesus fucking Christ, YouTube Shorts. Y'all need to go outside, I'll be honest. You know, I think it would be better for you all. You went outside instead of watching my stream, and I know that's not very, you know, it's not very, content creator of me. You said it too soon. A wizard never says it's working. Too soon or too late. He says it precisely when he means to. Something like that. Okay, is it because I'm... Okay, so how do multiple different locks work? You know? How does that work? So I think what was happening is these two locks didn't help each other. It's like on a different lock, so it... So I guess what's happening is something is writing to the data pool right now. You send me a Mulan link? Oh, fuck yeah. A fellow Disney adult. Yes, yes. That Mulan was a troublemaker. Oh, hell yeah. Look at all these ads, Jesus Christ. Hello? What is happening? What is this website doing? Oh my god. Chrome is like crashing because of the number of ads on this website. I'll have to take a look at that later, I think. But thank you, Sylar. I need an alert for like a little button to press for that. See if oh no, you're good, Sylar. I can grab it off stream. Sylar or Sylar? I've never actually asked. Let me get the breakdown right. We were grabbing entity data for this entity, so we grabbed the per entity lock. But then probably we were doing... What were we doing? Add entity data. I suppose, do I need to do both locks here? F, right, scope lock, pool lock. Oh yeah, I don't have a Discord. I do not have a Discord. Okay. Where else? Where else did I fucking say I needed it? Right down here. Create entity data pool. No, that's the data pool one. Is it just on get entity data I need to do the pool lock? I have no idea. I haven't worked with like multiple mutexes at a time. Remove entity data. That is not a... Who is that? It's Prismatica. Oh no, it's Johnson. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, guys. Put in reverse, Tear. Shout out. How was the stream, Prismatica?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. What the dog doing?
How was the stream? Are you done with water yet? Or are you on month 2 of quadruple A water physics? Not water physics, water system. I hope your stream was nice and wet. I hope you had a nice and wet stream. Welcome in, Raiders. For those who don't know, I'm Mydrong. Don't call me Mr. Mydrong, because that was my father. But you can call me Mydrong, or Drong, or whatever you like, honestly. Doesn't matter too much. I am working on an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural destructible terrain and AI-generated quests. Right now, what I've been working on for about the past 2 weeks now is refactoring, or resnactoring as I like to say. Refactoring my ECS system. I wrote my own because I'm a big fool, basically. And I'm trying to recompile that as we speak. It's taking quite a while. But I want to run the whole world, right? Like I want colonies all throughout the world, both your colonies and NPC ran colonies. I want there to be lots of different factions and stuff like that. And I want the world to be alive, so I want to run all of it. And so that's why I want to write an ECS system to do that. And, you know, I tried Mass, which is Unreal Engine's built-in ECS system. So fucking hard to work with. So complicated. So I wrote my own for both understanding and flexibility. Because I wanted to understand why I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do in Mass, right? And I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm in the finding out stage of fucking around. We are, this is late stage fucking around. Which is very similar to late stage capitalism, it turns out. Yeah. I didn't want to do that. Stop, please. Stop before we hit a scope lock. I didn't want to do that. What on earth is an archetype or a data pool? Well, those are two different approaches to an ECS system. So glad you asked, Prismatica.
Hello.
Hello? Oh, another raid? What?
It's John C.
How did you double raid? Okay, well, we gotta listen to this again. Yeah, I'll double shout you out.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Put it reverse, Tear. Put it reverse. Oh, Lord.
How did you double raid me?
Oh, Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you.
we got him.
What the dog doing?
Oh, I have to wait another hour before shouting you out again. I can't do that. Okay, well, here's my world. Fully procedural RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural destructible terrain. Here's just one, like, random seed. Oh, triple raid from YouTube as well. Yes, hello, YouTubers. Hello. Welcome. But yeah, the different types of ECS systems. So you can do an entity data pool, which is where, like, you just have a what is essentially just an array of a particular data type. You probably have a class, like I can kind of show maybe the class here. Where are my data pool? Entity data pool. Let's look at my data pool. So we have this data pool class here. So you have like a data array, and then you have like a map of like what index in that array is what entity. So that's just kind of like your data pool approach. And so when you add or remove data from entities, you'd want to do like a remove at swap on the data array. So most of the data in here, if it doesn't change, it's very stable and doesn't move around in memory very much. This is actually slightly slower for iteration because you now are going to need to iterate over slightly more entities when you make a query over it, because usually your processors are like, you require multiple different data types. Even if you just get the smallest processor, you need to check if, you know, all of the entities have the proper data and stuff. And you're iterating over like not the entire arrays, essentially. And so it's a little bit less performant. Still performant, but a little bit less performant than archetypal arrays. Oh, Jesus. And what that is where you store the data based on an archetype. And an archetype is it's a combination of data types. And so if you have like a transform data, you have a velocity data, and a health data, maybe some of your entities are stable or stationary, so they don't have velocity. So if your other ones had the 3, that would be one archetype. If you had one that didn't have velocity, which would be like maybe a building or something, that would be another archetype. And so you store the entities that way. And then when you iterate over them, you are only iterating over through exactly what you need, because what you need is kind of pre-built there, right? So your processors defining which types they need can very effectively iterate over them. But the downside of that is anytime data is added or removed, you need to move the entire entity. And the entire entity exists within that archetype. You need to move the entire entity into the different archetype. And so for me, I have like movement data, which is just like you can walk, you could run somewhere, you can sprint somewhere. You have an acceptance radius, you have things like what should you be rotated towards as you're moving, different information like that. That gets added and removed for me as there's movement dictated by the state tree. So my entities are changing archetypes all the time because of that. And that means my memory is not very stable. It's moving. And that's all fine and dandy if you're iterating over things on the game thread, on a singular thread. But I want to do multi-threading. And so when your data is moving all the time, there's just like not a very good way to do multi-threading. It's just not very, like you'd essentially have to cache every bit of data that needs to go onto a background thread or a separate thread so that you make a copy of it, right? So you cache a copy, send it to the background thread. Background thread does what it needs. Background thread then needs to come up with a set of commands to write back out. And if you have a lot of background threads, the commands, updating a bunch of different data, the commands might override each other if they're trying to write to the same data. So it's actually very hard to work with. And the caching is non-trivial. The caching is very non-trivial. So that's what I tried at first, was the archetype I started first with entity data pools because it's simpler. It's much more simple. And that was nice. But then changing to the archetypal approach, it did lead to some performance improvements. I was seeing like 0.25 to 0.3. Like here are the two tables. So if you're interested, you can screenshot the difference. The top one is the data pool method. Bottom one is the archetype method. Like velocity processor got like a median of 3 milliseconds knocked off it. So it was an improvement, but it made it nigh impossible to run on the background thread. So now I'm doing background thread stuff, and I'm doing like per entity thread locks to make sure that we basically lock the data for a specific entity as we write to it from a background thread or read to it, that kind of stuff. Data pool sounds nice and flexible. It is, yeah, and it's much easier to set up. It's probably like that was just like the first thing I thought of as to how to organize it. And then, after talking with Gemini for a bit, Gemini was like, yeah, you can do archetypes. And then it told me how those work. And I was like, oh, okay, we'll try that. A lot more complicated, but yeah. If you're just wanting raw iteration speed on like a game thread, like that's a great approach, I think. And you could even do parallel processing across multiple threads. But you have to have your processors need to be complete within a frame for that to really work, unless you want to do some really complicated things, which I don't even, for people even who are capable of doing that and maintaining that, I don't even think it's worth it, kind of things. And so if you can ensure that all of your processors will fit within your budget, your frame budget, when parallel processed, because you can still process them on multiple threads, but you'll need to use parallel 4, which does handle like making sure that multiple entities aren't like writing over each other, so to speak. But I didn't want to be constrained by that. You know, I know that I will have some very long running background tasks that will take more than one frame to complete. You know, and I want to be able to just write whatever fucking fuck up unoptimized logic I want to in my state tree. And I don't need my state tree to be ran every single frame. You know, if it's every couple frames, you know, that's totally fine. Like the AI doesn't need to be fucking frame perfect, you know, decisions, because that's just not really realistic to begin with, right? So you just don't need that. I don't need that. Yeah, here's my world with my procedural terrain and stuff. So this is it's an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite. So it is not Genshin Impact. It is not Genshin Impact. So I'm thinking something like Vanilla WoW plus RimWorld plus Hades. Sprinkle in a little bit of like maybe Valheim and or Legend of Zelda in there as well. Those will be my influences, my main influences here. Wait, this isn't Genshin Impact? I know, it does look exactly, this is exactly what Genshin Impact looks like, so I know it's hard to believe. I am solo programming this, yes. And here's the world map. This is my procedural. Look at this nice, it created a square zone. It's funny. That is Starfall Crater. That's actually kind of cool. And then I am in a desert called Haunted Lighthouse, which does not make any sense whatsoever. Serpent's Maw. That's a cool name. The Wizard's Sanctum of Mysteria. Moonspire Reach. Elder Grove Sanctuary. Thornwall Forest. Yeah, some of these are just kind of bad. Dragon's Roost, that's not bad. Slumbering Dragon right next to Dragon's Roost. Ruined Abbey. I'll ruin your abbey, if you know what I'm saying. The City of Brass. The City of Glass, right next to the city. Like, this is so random that they got put next to each other. The City of Glass and the City of Brass, right next to each other. Crazy. Where's the lighthouse? Yeah, I know. There's no lighthouse. That's why it's, that's why it ain't no good. How long I've been doing this? About 3 years now. Going on 3 years here in a few months, if I'm not mistaken. What about the City of Ass? Hey, that's underground, if you know what I'm saying. You are from the land down under, so I would expect that from a lad of your variety. Usually I have entities spawned here, running around, and colonists you can recruit, so I would show some of that off, but we're working on it. It's a work in progress. Here are my noodles. Tell me that you like my noodles. Noodles. Like, what should we want to do in this game, like, for character development? Are you asking, like, what the progression of the game is? So there's gonna be, like, different classes. Like, you know, warrior, mage, hunter, that kind of stuff. Paladin, maybe. And you can build your own colony. Each colony will have kind of like a tech tree, right? You can build multiple colonies. And you can create, like, a faction. There will be other NPC ran colonies to interact with as well. And so you can recruit colonists, you can level up your colonists in the same way you level up. You can complete class quests and get new abilities. And you can fill out a talent tree. As well as every few levels you'll get to pick from 3 random abilities as you level up. Because it will be a roguelite. And yeah, so character progression, just like typical RPG. You know, you can run around, complete quests, and get gear. Create your character build. You can build your own colony. There's a building system. You know, you can, there are like life skills like construction and logging and mining and stuff like that, or there will be, there's not yet. Foraging. So you can level those up as you run around in the world. That's kind of the vibe of the game. Why is the axe in the wrong hand? Why do you think that's the wrong hand? I have dynamic tree chopping. So at runtime, the tree is deformed wherever the mesh or wherever the axe connects with it. And so that'll go. I can keep chopping. Ow. So I got some wood in my inventory there. This is my game. This is a game I'm working on. It doesn't have a name right now. It's just called My Project at the moment. Yeah, and keep chopping it. Eventually I'll have you like need to continue chopping those, like potentially take them to a lumber mill or something. I'm thinking like the first level of the tech tree is going to be like log buildings, like log walls and stuff. And then you can build like plank buildings, which would be like what this is. But then you will need to process the logs, and it'll just make your wood go a little bit further. It'll be a little bit easier to work with as well. And then, you know, stone and stuff and metal. There'll be ore and spawned underground that you can go find, go explore for. This is a nice seed, actually. This is very nice looking. Little cave here. It's a really big project to do solo. I know. Oh, that's so cool. That's so... Hang on. Where am I? How close am I to that? Where the hell... Oh, it's right here. Okay, we're gonna go run through this. This is sick. Okay, so check out this mountain here. Like, I don't think there's actually a way to get up here. Like, I don't think I can walk up there. I definitely can't walk up there. But check this out. There's this cave here. Randomly generated. This is all like randomly generated, procedurally generated. We play it with friends online. I do want it to be multiplayer. But right now, the only thing that's replicated is the player. Not like... Nothing else is replicated, so I need to do some more work on that. But we have this nice walkable cave here. And we're going to come out the other side, and we're actually going to be on top of this mountain, which is actually pretty sick. That like randomly happened. Can we teleport? No fast travel. I will allow you 4 portals in in-game. A max of 4 for a single world. And so yeah, now we're on top of this mountain. So that's actually really fucking sick. And so like if you were to build a base up here, like you would get attacked through, like whenever I do raids, like in RimWorld when a raid happens, like it just kind of spawns on the edge of your map. And so it's not like the direction of attack isn't that interesting. It does spawn it on just like a random edge. But like when you have a full world, it's like quite a bit different. I'm gonna actually have to like calculate where to attack from. And if like that's the only path to your colony, you could set up some really strong defenses here, you know? So if you just set up like a bunch of traps and shit right here as soon as they come out, you know, you got the high ground right there, Anakin. You just stand right here and just like, I don't know, push some logs onto them or something. So I do want logs to deal damage, so. You can stack up a bunch of logs here, delete the storage, physics and queues on all the logs. They all like run down the hill and smush them all. Who needs fast travel when you can order colonists to build a highway between settlements? Yeah, exactly. Because the way I want travel, or like faster travel to happen, is actually from building flight paths yourself. And so there will be like animal handling, like in RimWorld. And so for fast travel to happen, you will need to set up a colony in one place. You will need to have a colonist with a high enough animal handler skill. And you will also need to tame, you know, some flying creature. Right, like a griffin or a wyvern or something, you know. And so you'll need to make sure that they don't die, right? You'll need to defend them, and then you'll need to set up another one of those wherever you want to fly to. So it's like you can do fast travel, but it's not instant. You do have to ride, and it's like predetermined flight paths as well. So it will take time, and it'll also take resources, and I think that's a lot more fun. But it'll be a lot faster. So it's more like Clash of Clans, but in 3D plus some like Genshin Impact. I'm gonna say no. No. I did give you 3 of the games that I would consider this a combination of. I was saying something like Vanilla WoW plus RimWorld plus Hades. How far along are you till completion? Ask me again in 5 years. Is it like build your base and protect it from raids? Yes, there will be that aspect to it. There will be that aspect to it. So yeah, let's continue working on the what's vanilla WoW. Shut your mouth. That's a trigger statement for me. What's going on with the ECS system now? What is going on with the ECS system? Let's just run it. Let's figure out where we're at. I did add the locks, but it looks like we just immediately fucking froze. On acquiring this right lock. Okay. Why are we frozen on acquiring a right lock? This is the data pool mutex, because we already grabbed one. Get or create entity data pool. Where does that happen from? There where we already have a lock. There where we already have a lock. Here. Okay, so I need to do the try lock, essentially, still. So switch those to the try lock. That one as well. F scope, F right scope, try lock, change it to a pointer. Thank you for the subs, guys. Appreciate it. As well as you, Prismatica. Thank you for the raid. I am anxiously awaiting your water system. I am excited to test it out for my game. Current graphics are a placeholder. Yeah, it's all, those are all like free assets and stuff. I don't want like the default stylized look, you know. I want something a bit more than that. I don't want ultra realistic either. Something in between, I think. So yeah, that's just all been free assets that I picked up over the years, which, by the way, Fab, do you have new assets? Do you have new assets for me? Limited time free. No, these are, I got these already. So yeah, if you guys are doing game dev and don't know, Fab, they have like, I guess it's like every 2 weeks or something. They have free assets, and if you grab them during this limited time free, you just have them forever for free. So definitely do that if you're doing game dev. I was working on the ocean tile manager, decided to go with a sort of quad tree recursive tile thing. Yeah, that sounds right up the alley for the complexity that you're going with. Need to work out the math properly. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, my friend. Godspeed. Okay, come on. You can do it. You can load it. I know you can. I've seen you do it before. Thank you. Okay, run it. Run the thing. Or we're still just immediately... immediately. F scope. Oh, we're on a different one now, though. F scope. F right scope. Try lock. Okay, did I get all these? No, we got one more. I would like to not rebuild this every time I make a mistake. Yeah, we're just try-locking everything. Okay, we got to rebuild all of that again. Are you developing it only on-stream or off-stream too? I do quite a bit off-stream as well. Can we create Fireball now? I do have a Fireball in the game. Seems like it'll work, and it's fast to set up, no procedural meshing, etc. So it will work for procedural worlds. Yes, you're saving me from needing to understand water systems myself. Maybe I'll make my ECS system into a plugin to repay the favor. Although that sounds kind of awful. Yeah, good for you for making a plugin, Prismatica. I'm proud of you, because that sounds, you know, having customers, ugh, you know. pesky customers and needing things to work properly. It just sounds awful, you know. What's the music thing we have on YouTube Live? Is it OSS? As in like it's called Amuse, as in like the plugin that's running, if that's what you're asking. It's called Amuse. And it had like a nice little terminal looking skin. The trick is to ignore them. Ah, well, that's the neat part. Listening to customers, that's the neat part. I don't. You know, Prismatica, I saw a Reddit thread yesterday on the, I think it was on the Unreal Engine subreddit, and he like spelled out a list of like the goated Unreal Engine content creators, and you were on there, and I was like, that's my dude, that's my boy. It's working. Okay, no, it's not. Dude, what? I'm locking everything. Everything is locked. Everything is locked. What are you doing? Who do you do you even know anyone here? You don't even go here. God. And it's the same inventory thing that's happening here. But this inventory, I mean, I have to imagine that this thread got a little ahead before the exception happened. Fucking hell. Yo, that's sick. Yeah, dude, I thought so too. It was awesome to see you there, because I remember watching your videos back before I was even streaming and them being super helpful, so you definitely deserve to be on that list. And it made me want to like make my own videos, not to like compete or anything, but like just to have a few out there to share some of the knowledge that I have. I think I've been writing some things down. I think I might do like an ECS, making your own ECS, like what I learned from it, you know, kind of video at some point. But dude, making videos is kind of hard. Kind of hard. Editing videos, yuck. Yucky. It's a little bit harder than clicking go live, I've found. So what's your deal here? What's your deal? We're getting entity data. The hash changed. So we have this like fucky wucksy happening here. And nothing else was happening other than doing this. So I'm guessing what was happening is we're adding an entity to something. We're adding an entity to the system. Adding entity data or something. What is this doing that I haven't locked? Add entity data is not locked. Is that fine? Yeah, because it calls the underlying function that does lock. I'm gonna move this up. Why did you do that? I'm gonna move that up. I don't know if that active entities shouldn't fucking matter. I'm gonna move that up anyway. What pool is this? The Ability System Entity Data Pool. For entity 93. And what's happening on the game thread? You are entity... What entity are you? 241. T-Pack, thank you for the sub. Welcome. Your videos would be very helpful. Thanks. Thank you. Breaking down the cost benefit of ECS for dummies would be a great video. Yeah, I think I could definitely speak on behalf of that. Is RTX 5070 Ti is enough for game development? Dude, you can find the answer to that right now. Go download an engine. Go download UE5 right now. You can find out. Streaming your full-time job? No, it is not. It is not. I make literal pennies. I make fucking pennies from this. So not a job. This is just fun for me. I just enjoy doing it. I know it may sound like I'm frustrated or grumpy. Like I'm a big old grumpy pants. But I'm having fun. This is fun. We're having fun, guys. What's not fun are these mutexes. So we do the underlying get entity data pool, where we do the data pool lock. I don't have an entity to lock on here. So fun. Yes, see? If you just say you're having fun, you will have fun. That's how it works. You could have tears running down your eyes, and if you just shout, "I'm having fun," it'll work. It'll work. I don't know what to do here. I don't know why this is a fucking issue. Like it has pretty. This has happened twice at this exact location. I think pretty much at this exact location. The inventory component. The inventory component, yes, of course. It's quite simple, really. This isn't even like this entity is not even. Ask some AI. The thing is, like, I would have to paste so much fucking shit into the AI for this. And it's probably gonna. Okay, you know what? We'll fucking try it. We'll do it just to hopefully. Well, actually, I hope it does work. Actually, I hope it does work. Okay. And don't tell me to use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is for fucking normies. Okay. ChatGPT is for fucking normies. Okay. Okay. Why am I getting a the issue is like it's a hash issue. How do I tell it the issue? We're getting an exception. Show me the stack trace on find index by hash. Okay. I made my own ECS system in Unreal Engine C++. Okay, paste the entire fucking file. And I am getting an a find index by hash exception within the get entity data function. So I'll just paste the SIGI here. Within the at the very least, this could give me some ideas. So I don't expect this to fix the issue, but I do expect it to at least give me some ideas. In the blank function, when accessing the pool, please help, pretty please. Okay, what other information do I want to give it? What other information do I want to give it? This is happening from within the chunk processor. It's happening from within an async processor, which is expected. Did you crack G advanced? I have no fucking idea what that means. Are you saying actual words right now? Okay, is there anything else that I want to say here? It's on the entity query. The query. Oh, are we doing a lock? We're not doing a lock with it. Well, yeah, I'm doing the scope try lock, so that should be fine. Oh, but I am iterating over every single other entity. What's the outer entity? Do I have that? What's the outer entity here? Actually, that might have just led me to the issue. No, 196, okay. The pupil. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Please help, pretty please. Okay, so we'll let that cook for a second. Entity 92. Wait, this says entity 9. Oh, it was the old one. It was probably entity 92. So I wonder, is the issue with the? No, because I think we're locking on that properly now too. I recommend cursor for AI coding. I'm not using cursor. I'm a software engineer, I'm not a vibe coder. I just use it occasionally. It's not a phase, Mom. Okay, let's see. Are you done yet? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. This is a non-blocking lock. If try lock, you don't know. Wait, where's try? Wait, where is that? I don't use that. I don't fuck. Oh, that's the wrong file. I don't use that, do I? Let's go. That's just the name of the file, AI. You don't know that. I should have given it that code too. Fucking hell. It doesn't. I wrote that code myself. It doesn't know what that means. It continues executing without holding the lock. Okay, let me think about that. It continues to execute. Yeah, do I have some additional logic I need to put in my custom locks here? Read scope try. Yeah, it should grab it. Yeah, it doesn't wait, but okay, I guess the problem is these can be variably used, and that's what I need to lock down on. I think I get it. I think I get what may be the issue here. So yeah, there's a lock. It didn't lock it properly, I guess, essentially. It couldn't get the lock, so it just continued. But it's like, I don't want it to get the lock. That works for this one. Does that work for this one? What if it can't get the lock? Yeah, that's the scenario I didn't think about. Let me think. Yeah, how would I want to... I basically need to make sure that the lock is acquired. Yeah, I think I need to refactor everything. I think this lock was bad. The try lock was bad. Okay, and the problem is this gets called from something that already has the lock. Yeah. But yeah, the try lock would never have worked, actually. I thought it would have. It needs to wait for the lock, but it never will be able to if the external lock is already gotten. I would really like an is locked. Yeah, I guess it doesn't work for the data pool mutex. I'm not even sure F read scope try lock. That one, would that work? Would that work? No, because like technically we could be reusing the lock. Okay, but if we weren't reusing the lock, would it work? I think so. Because all we were trying to do is just make sure it's locked from the outer thing. Yeah, okay, so let me just, I'm gonna keep that one as a try. But this one I need to not invariably lock. Fuck that function. You know what? Delete that function. I'm tired of looking at you. I don't use you at all. You don't get used at all. F right scope lock. Lock. Okay, so yeah, this is we're gonna get a thread lock, but I just need to see where that happens at. So get entity data pool. Where do you happen from? Oh, somewhere where we already lock it at. Now we use it from in here. Maybe I should just do that real quick. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so let's move it out of here. And let's just throw it in there. We'll throw it in there. That's fine. Then where do we use this from? Whoops. Yeah, you're used from somewhere that already has a lock. Already has a lock. This should be a... okay, well, we need to do two different locks here. Yeah, so we can do that lock. Then we can do a right lock on this one. Read lock, right lock. Okay. Okay, so we can remove it from here too, because those are only used from places that already have a lock. They've got that shit on lock. Okay, start rebuilding that. For each async, you should be fine now. Oh no, my dogs. Okay, sorry, dogs are freaking out. Okay, she's freaking out again. Okay, so that's probably still gonna fail. Let me audit the... Oh, I need to do that in two different places. I forgot that I copy pasted that function. I duplicated the function. Okay, we need to right lock here at the very... But like, we're also... This is... What is this? What are we setting? We're returning the pool... That's just the smallest pool. I mean, I think I would need to do it here anyway. I need to read lock. Probably need to just right lock the whole function. Do we just read lock here? Yeah. Yeah, okay, do that there as well. Okay, may need to rebuild that. We'll run it and see what happens, but it's not gonna work. I think we're gonna immediately get thread locked. Oh, we don't. Oh. Oh yeah, but we're just like screeching to an absolute halt. I'm surprised this hasn't. Okay, so I increased the number of entity mutexes. Is it lacking? Yeah, it's lagging a little bit. Just a little bit, though. So this is I think this is the downside of the locks here. Okay, so you can probably go. I don't need you anymore. So every time I grab a lock, you can potentially freeze other threads, and so I guess we're probably freezing the spawning of entities. And I would have thought, okay, but we're doing I think the mutex needs to be on the individual pool, right? Well, no, there's this one. It's just for add entity data and remove entity data. So does it get better once it's done spawning? Oh god. I would like to see how many we need to spawn here. How many are spawned? We have all of them spawned, actually. Okay, so it's not better once they're spawned. God, I would really like to get a good trace here. Can I get a good trace? I just sub? Thank you, I appreciate your sub. Welcome in. Okay, I can't fucking see a goddamn thing. Can't hecking see. I have like a grand total of like 3 frames to test, to check out now. Okay, stop the trace. Stop the count. Stop, please. Okay, yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Okay, so... It's gotta be the get from pool lock. And I thought I would have been read locking that a lot better. Can you run, or did you do? Oh yeah, I did other things. Add. Okay, so once I get the pool, this might be the issue here. This might be just one such issue. Get or create entity data pool. Yeah, that's the fucking problem, isn't it? I should have this function control that. Didn't I have locks on here already? Okay, let's try this. I need better control over when this reads or writes. Okay, so I kind of need to do, because I don't think I can write lock within this read lock, but I need the read lock to just do this. So maybe I need to do something like bool b should create okay, put a scope around that so that the scope lock gets released when that's done running. If B should create, F write scope lock f read scope lock on the other one. Then I will do find or add. I guess I add. Okay, I guess I can just do that. Then I need to entity data pools dot find, or I guess I know that it's in here now, so I can just wait. Is this a case that actually happens? Entity data pools. Yeah, I mean. Let me just do this. Auto data type ID. Okay, so that's a more fine-grained lock there. This one we can always just do a read lock there. That one's substantially less complicated. Okay, so let's find usages of this. Get rid of their locks right there as well. Yes. Yeah, the pool itself. Okay, so there's like a system level lock. There's probably like a pool level lock that needs to happen as well. I guess let's see how much of an impact that's gonna have. Get entity data pool. Yeah, this is gonna scope lock as well. This is gonna thread lock as well. Okay, so I think I should probably. What are you complaining about? Stop that. Go away. Wait, what? Wait, what? Why are you mad? Why are you mad? That's why. So I should just probably do dot find. Dot find. Okay. Okay. No. No. Stop that. Okay, stop, stop. Nope, nope. Definitely no. Pool, make shared, finder add is a ref. Okay, let's do this. Give me this. I guess I can't do that. I guess I can't do that. Never mind. Wait, why? So why are you mad? Cannot convert value type to T entity data pool pointer. You're okay, but I gave you the ref first, and you didn't like that either. Yeah, so you do want the pointer. Now it's like value type to T entity data pool. But wait, how the fuck did this work before? Pool.get. Pool is a is a ref. Oh, it says share. Oh, I have to. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I know what it is. Okay. Okay, stop. Stop. I have to ref and then dot get. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Is this going to be better? So I'm doing less write locks. And so hopefully that makes it better to, hopefully that makes the performance better. I don't know which lock is causing the performance concerns. I increased the number of striped locks that I use for like the per entity lock. Get entity data. Oof, you are. You're going to potentially be an issue too. Okay. I don't think this is going to work at all. Well, it'll work at least the same as before, right? Okay, let's see it. Hello? Okay. Hopefully the performance is better. We can't even start. We can't even start. But where are we stuck? Oh, I'm dumb. Jesus Christ. Okay. Fuck. I hate that I have to rebuild the whole thing when I make a silly mistake. 33 actions. Get or create entity data pool. That doesn't run on the background thread at all. I need to find out if changing the data in an array would cause an issue if we're adding to the array or removing from the array. I feel like removing would definitely be an issue because it could potentially, because we do a remove at swap. Do I do a remove at swap? I don't know. Okay, yeah, and we immediately got to a fucking issue. Okay, so yeah, I need to do some research, I think. I need to figure out what exactly I need to lock and what I don't. We're not doing anything. We are not doing anything. What was happening on the game thread? Oh, we are acquiring a lock. But from where? Oh, here we go. New, oh, weird. Okay, so creating the new object. Why does this require? Why is this trying to acquire a lock? On what as well? Create typed element. Invoke called. Create editor component element. Right? We just continue? Okay. Is the game thread continuing though? Is my question. The game thread is moving. The game thread is actually moving, but there's an exception on the background worker. And I think something got added to the pool, so we need to do the... I think I need a per pool lock as well. We just need locks on every level of the system. Cute pineapple. That's a cute name. Welcome in. We appreciate the follow. Let's do an F read lock. Read scope lock on pool mutex. Pool lock. I guess these may need to be stored. These may need to be, yeah, these need to be stored on the entity system, question mark. Because would reading from yeah, I think so. I think this is fine. Yeah, I think this is fine. I put a read scope lock there, and then this needs a write scope lock. I think that will help. I don't... what do I do? I need a write scope lock there. And then when I read the pool... When I read the pool, get entity to index map. I think I need to lock the pool when I do this as well. Pool lock. Oh, and it's untyped. Oh, son of a bitch. It's untyped. Frick. Okay, let's just hope that's not an issue. Let's hope I don't need to do that. I can lock from within here. That might not be... That might be better. Cross your fingers, guys. Pray for me. Thoughts and prayers. Okay, let's get going here. I've locked all the things. Get or create, did the right lock there, get entity data. We locked that. I'm now worried about for each needing better locks. I'm just getting the pools themselves and get num is really the only thing. Get num and then get, yeah, so maybe just internal to those. I should have locks. That would be easier. And scoped a little bit cleaner. But then what about my processors themselves? Getting the entity data pointer, I guess I would need to lock within. I need to lock within all these functions, I think. Which would be, I should move these to a different file too. That would be nice. I'll do that once this doesn't work, and it won't. I'll change those. to a different file. Okay. Play. Oh. Okay, yeah. Okay, interesting. You are null. You are null. Okay, that hasn't happened yet. Let me look at our entities 498, and I am on 138. How are you null? Entity 138. Is index 138. Weird. Why didn't that return something? I mean, this is a background thread, so maybe it just got put in there or something. Rich boy. Bro, turning on ads is a recession indicator. Ads shouldn't be on. I don't run ads. I mean, just the one pre-roll ad is what I do. Like, I don't do the in-stream ads. So that's actually less ads overall. So you're welcome. Okay, so I guess we'll just do this then. So I guess we need to do that on the background thread, boys. Make me a menu for my game, I'll pay you. I do not give in to demands, because only Siths speak in absolutes. I don't work with Siths. Okay. Rebuild. Oh, I said I was going to move the thing, but we don't need to rebuild the whole thing, so I'm just going to leave this here. I'm going to leave this here. Let's keep going. Okay. All right, run it. Why does it like stop displaying everything when I... Yeah, the locking is still pretty substantial. It's still pretty substantially, There's no way. Come on now. Come on. Don't do me like this. There's no way it's that bad. I wish I could tell which locks were causing the issues as well. Please stop. Please stop. Okay, the nav mesh failed. Thanks, nav mesh. Let me look at, is that the proper trace? $39, yeah, I think it was, okay. Okay, look at all these frames. Yeah, the entity spawner is choking so hard. So was it still spawning at this point? Okay, no, it wasn't. The LOD processor for each. I wish I could tell how much time it was waiting. Dude, oh, they're taking so long. I mean, was that the only reason during this frame? Is because the fucking... Dude, are the locks really not that fine-grained enough? Like, come on. Okay. The chunk processor... The chunk processor... Read scope lock, get lock for entity. What if I created 10,000 locks? Wait, let's go 2048 on the lock count. On the striped lock count. See if that is any better. We are going to do that. And rebuild. Because I'm spawning 2,000. Well, I guess what I could have done is just only spawn 1,000. And so when we run this hash and get the lock striped, like, entities can potentially share a lock. But like, I was hoping that collision would just be rare enough that it wouldn't slow down the entire thing. So if I now have more locks than I have entities, none of them should... The locks shouldn't collide with each other. At least the per entity lock shouldn't. Which is what I was assuming was the issue. I just thought it wouldn't happen very much. Why stop at 10K? Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just trying to figure out which is the blocking lock. So like, I mean, stopping it, I shouldn't have 10,000 mutexes created. That's like so much. That means what I'm doing is not scalable. Okay, so let's run this. And you know what? Let's just, well, no, we can run the full thing. Run the whole thing. Yeah, I can already feel it getting slower. Yeah. Okay, I can see the number right here that we're spawning. So I'm wondering if this finishes being laggy when we're done spawning at 2K. It's going so slow. Oh my god. I would not have thought the locking collisions would happen this much. We're almost there. We need 100 more entities spawned. And it's going like exponentially slower. Okay, they're all spawned. Okay, yeah, that's an issue. Okay. So that is not sustainable. Just give me like 100 entities and see what happens. 100 entities, totally fine. Like no one's business. $100 FPS. 1,000. Okay, now we're getting a little chuggy. Bro, yeah, the locking is so much worse. At what point does it slow down that much? 500? Because like my processors just run faster than that. God, even with 500, why is it like it just drastically slows down? 200. Oh, okay, and I didn't even get all the locks right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a step back and reevaluate things. But that's where I'm gonna stop for today. So I'm gonna find someone to send you guys over to. Cavino is still streaming. He's been going for a while. Who else is streaming? Cavino's got the YouTubes, so we're gonna send you guys over to Cavino. So let me start that raid. We'll do the live redirect on YouTube as well. I don't know if the shorts redirect works or not. Which maybe I can see. Add the redirect. Okay, let me pop myself up on YouTube Shorts. Let's see if I get transferred over there. But thank you all for hanging out with me today. Appreciate it. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna hopefully by the next time I come back, this is better, more better. But yeah, have a good weekend, everyone. And take care of yourselves. Pray for me. Send me your thoughts and prayers.